Hello friends, good evening and welcome to yet another awesome session from Mindful Living. We truly
Good
appreciate,
evening.
I'll request everybody to mute themselves please. I truly appreciate your taking out the time and joining us today. You're joining this session on a Saturday evening at 6 p.m. is a clear demonstration of your intention to improve the quality of your life. There are many factors that determine our quality of life. I will request you to please share in the chat what are the factors you think determine quality of life. There are no right or wrong answers. Nobody is judging anyone. Please type in the chat what you think determines the quality of life. Health, very well said. Physical and mental health, thank you for sharing that. Happiness, good health, okay, good health. Because our topic is on health, everyone is coming up with that response. Thank you. Health. Thank you. Thank you. Spiritual connect. Very well said, Rajiv. Balance. Very beautiful, Kalyani. So, friends, all of you are right. There are two factors. There are many factors which determine our quality of life. And there are two which my teacher used to speak about. My teacher, yoga teacher used to say, Pehla sukh nirogi kaya and duja sukh ghar mein ho maya. So good health and having good wealth are both very important to have a good quality of life. For the purpose of our session today, we are going to focus on health as we have in all of our sessions in the month of April. We have dedicated all of our sessions in April to celebrating WHO's World Health Day. World Health Day is a good reminder for us to motivate ourselves to commit to taking charge of our health. And our speaker today is one such person who took charge of his health. He was highly motivated by reading this book, A Proven Care for Diabetes Through Natural Lifestyle, written by Dr. Manthena Satyanarayan Raju. He read this book nearly a decade ago, and he had a transformation. For this book 10 years back used to cost about $75, but today it's available free of cost on Kindle. So anybody who cares to read this book can download this free on Kindle. And that transformed Mr. Rao's life from living on medicines, taking 11 medicines. He went medicine free in a period of 4 months. And usually when something like this happens, you are overjoyed and you want to share this with other people. And that is what Rao sir has been doing enthusiastically for last 9 years. Not only has he changed his own life, he has helped hundreds of other people, motivated and guided hundreds of other people to change their lives. Rao sir is an automobile engineer who worked in Escorts for over 34 years. And today he spends his time between India and USA. Currently, he's taking this session, joining us for this session from San Jose in California. It is a sign of his passion. It is 5:30 a.m. there. And, he has gotten up so early to be here with us, and look how fresh he is looking. So I welcome you, Rao sir, for this session.
Namaskar. Thank you very much, Ashish.
Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you, Rao sir.
Ashish, you are on mute.
If you are joining a mindful living session for the first time, please type FT in the chat box. Please type FT for first time in the chat box if you are joining our session. a mindful living session. Thank you, Srinivas. So friends, there are few of you who are joining our session for the first time. So I'll take a minute to introduce myself. My name is Ashish Kumar and I'm the founder of Mindful Living. I started Mindful Living in 2018 with a mission to help 1 million working professionals lead healthier, happier, and wealthier lives. Prior to starting Mindful Living, I worked in the corporate sector for over 25 years with organizations like Tata AIG, Future Generali, Marsh India, HCL Healthcare, and Healthcare at Home. During the years of my working in the corporate sector, I saw how stressed the employees are and how that stress is taking a toll on their health and happiness. Being a mindfulness practitioner and a certified mindfulness teacher myself, I thought the message of living consciously needs to be taken to the corporate sector. And with that mission, we started Mindful Living. And we have got tremendous response from the corporate sector. We have conducted over 300 sessions on application of mindfulness for leading organizations that include Aditya Birla Group, Tata Group, Kotak Life, HDFC Life, Schneider, Airbnb, Signify, and many others. The session today is being conducted as a part of the Mindful Living community. The community started in April 2020 when the first lockdown took place, and a few of my friends reached out to me and requested me to conduct a mindfulness session for them to help them deal with the stress and anxiety that the lockdown was causing. So over a weekend in April, I conducted session for them. One thing led to the other. And about 3 years' time, we have grown from 10 people who joined for the first session to over 3,000 people who connect regularly to learn, practice, and share about their experiences. This community is a very vibrant community. We don't encourage any religious or religious posts here, no political posts. Everybody shares about their experiences without fearing being judged. Rather than me speak about the community, I would like to invite Dr. Nilofer Aga, who has been our member for nearly 3 years now, Dr. Nilofer. And here request her to share her experiences of being a part of the community. Welcome, Dr. Nilofer.
Thanks. Hello, everyone. Very good evening. My name is Dr. Nilofer Rao, and I live in city of Pune. I work as a corporate trainer as well as a coach. And I was, first introduced to the mindful living community when a colleague of mine, her name is Yoshita, she did a session on gratitude. And that's when I sort of got included in this mindful living community. And I found it extremely useful. And therefore, I continued to stay on. I remember Ashish himself used to take sessions on mindfulness. And I found it very, very valuable. So, why do we like to be part of our communities? Because there are like-minded people interested in, different aspects of learning, growing, sharing. So that is what, gives us that value add, being a part of a community. And it is also, Ashish is like this great architect who puts pieces of the puzzle, to create a beautiful picture. So there is an exposure to so many different aspects of life and living. And that is what I find very, very useful. And that's why I'm still part of the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Nilofer, for being a part of the community and for the kind words. Friends, if you would like to be a part of this awesome community, please click on the link that we have shared in the chat and join us. There is no fees. The membership is complimentary, and join us and benefit from the awesome sessions we conduct every weekend. Before I invite Rao sir to speak, a few housekeeping rules. Please keep your cameras on. That way, it's very motivating for the speaker to stay engaged, and also use the reactions button to show appreciation, love, thumbs up for if something that the speaker shares resonates with you. We'll be taking the question answers towards the end of the session. And if you would like, if you have a question, use the raise hand button in the reactions to raise your hand, and we will take your questions sequentially. So on that note, I would like to invite Rao sir to come over in case he is there. I just saw he stepped out. Rao sir, are you there?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome. Welcome, Rao sir.
Thank you very much. Can I make the presentation, PPT?
Yes. Over to you, sir, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much, Ashish sir. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you clearly, Rao sir.
Yeah. Yeah, friends, as an automobile engineer, I know everything about automobiles. So I was very successful. I joined as a service engineer and I became a service head, then the marketing head. I retired as a general manager for South. But the question was that I have no idea about the body, physical body. With the result, I started with one medicine 2002 and ended up to 2014. I was taking 11 medicines for diabetes, blood pressure, then rheumatoid arthritis, and then kidney stone and all that. So I was feeling miserable. So fortunately, as already Ashish sir said, I happened to read that book and it was a transformative for me. In 4 months, I got rid of all my medicine. And last 9 years, I'm very passionate to learn and share my knowledge. See, these are some of my gurus. My guru is Mr. Luptike. He is my technical teacher who has taught me on automobiles. Dr. Reddy is a personality development guy, communication skills, relationship skills. Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, you all know, he has put me on the spiritual path. Dr. Mantina, he's the guy, Dr. Mantina. In 2014, I got that book and I'm associated and I've learned. And the last 9 years, I've invested substantial time in enhancing my knowledge and health and wellness. And these are the few of the people who are amazing people who are sharing their excellent knowledge. And by listening to them, I have toned up my knowledge and understanding. You can take a photo of this and listen to these talks. It will be transformative talks. And these are the few people in the last 9 years. Few of them they've permitted, so I've taken their feedback. People who have lost weight in a span of 3 to 4 months, and then people got rid of diabetes and all those things. And this is a recent case study. Look, I always tell people, how do we know where we are? So first of all, we need to track our health score. Where are we now? Then only we know where to go. There are few parameters. There are about 10 parameters. I would request all of you, if you're already having a pen and paper, please jot it down and see where you are. First of all, if you are taking any medicines, and what is your weight? It should be as per height, then waist size, then the blood pressure. Then there are 6 blood tests which are absolutely essential. What are they? Fasting insulin. Actually, this test is not being recommended. It is not being done. With the result, people have no idea about this. By doing this test alone, we can predict your health problems 10 years ahead, 10 years in advance, in advance. So these are the blood tests. See, one person who is a 53-year-old person, 5 feet 9 inches, he was 91 kg. Look at out of these 10 parameters, he was okay on only 2 parameters. It is not maybe very scientific, but at least you have an idea out of 10 parameters, how many are complying. So this guy has a 20% health score and he was feeling discomfort and not very easy in his body and all that. In about 5 months, look at the transformation this person had. He has lost almost 15 kilos. He sent me a message, sir, first time in my life, I ran for 5 kilometers. And look at other parameters. His HbA1c has improved. Most important thing is insulin resistance. We'll talk in this particular today. What is insulin resistance, which is a key area, key parameter one must know. And look at how he has improved. He has improved to 80%. And more than anything, friends, what is health? If I have to put it very simply to you, you should be living a life without medicine, number one. And second thing is you should not be falling sick frequently. If at all you fall sick, you are recovering fast, right? And then you're feeling at ease and comfort. So we have a template. I will show it to you. This is just to give an idea how it has improved. So without any cost, only what is required is the right knowledge, and then it should be coupled with your discipline. See, lots of medical doctors also have great knowledge, but they may be lacking in discipline. That's why look at many doctors also having lifestyle disorders. And common people, probably we have probably discipline. I do have discipline, but I don't have the right knowledge. Now I have the right knowledge. So I'm a compulsive teacher. I run behind people. I motivate them so that they make changes. Friends, let's look at it. Knowledge and discipline, we have already seen that, how it can help your improve your health. See, but more important is unlearning. What is unlearning and relearning? See, many times we are of the opinion that, oh, I'm doing this thing very appropriate. Everybody thinks they are doing correctly. Whatever lifestyle they have, they feel they are doing well. And what is the way to know your current health status is the result of your habits. So whatever you are following, suppose you are taking medicine, you are overweight. That means what? Very clear. Whatever you are doing is not appropriate. So this is the time for unlearning and relearning. We look at it, friends. Every human being is different. Remember this point. What suits one person will not suit the other person. So what are the variations? Age differences, their gender difference, genes are different, BMI is different, health condition is different. So remember, friends, what suits one person may not suit the other person. So it has to be tailor-made. Every human being is like a Kohinoor. So you need to find out what suits you. It is something like it. Don't go for ready-made stuff. It should be tailor-made stuff. Now look at what I'm going to cover is basically type of food. See, people talk about different types of food. SAD means standard American diet, low carb, high fat, then keto diet, plant-based whole fruit, fruitarian. So many different types of there. Now the question is which one to choose, which suits you. And nutrition and calories. Some people say you should take a nutritious food only. And somebody talks about calories. You must consume 2,200 calories. If you want to improve your health, calorie restriction. See, it's a very age-old saying, reduce eating and do more exercise. So it seems to be very simple. But how come many people are unhealthy? And frequency of eating. There are some people suggest you must take small meals 5 to 6 times a day. Some people say not more than 3 times or 2 times. So let's examine that. What is the one which you should choose? Very important. Then intermittent fasting. A lot in eating and fasting window. So some people say 12 hours you must fast, don't eat anything. And somebody says it's better to do 16 hours fasting. So how do we go about it? How do we choose it? Then breakfast is important. You see, we are all being taught very clearly, you must eat like a king as a breakfast. So is it true? Is eating breakfast is right? For your information, there is a doctor way back in 1905 in US. His name is Davis. And he started telling people, don't take breakfast. If you take breakfast, your health will be bad. And he was known as no breakfast doctor. Tell me, friend, if everybody stops breakfast, the food industry is not happy. So what they do, they simply remove all his videos. Nothing is available now. And the whole knowledge is they want people to eat multiple times, 6 times a day. Like that's why a lot of people say 6 times. So what happens? You're eating breakfast, you're eating 6 times means you're consuming more food. It suits them, but it doesn't suit you. Water, a lot of it's a very debatable question, friends. I have lot of I've made enormous research on this. So how much water to drink, when not to drink, all these things. See, a lot of people say you must take 10 to 12 glasses. Some people say 5 to 6 liters. Somebody says don't drink water unless you are thirsty. So it's very, very, very confusing. And same thing, people don't say, don't eat when you're hungry, when you're not hungry, but we continuously eating. So there is a different rule for hunger and different rule for water. I don't know. So many people are against drinking water. So how much to drink, when to drink, we will tell you. Friends, this one subject is totally neglected in a big way. People have no clarity, and that's why a lot of people are in trouble. Now, what as biomarkers? What your health score? See, a lot of people, even I've seen some doctors also say, don't go for any blood test because unnecessarily why you want to know when you're well. So is it true? Do you wait for the symptoms or do we need to check ahead? Very important, friends. I have seen people getting into big trouble and then realizing that, look, they were in trouble. See, understand the human body is an amazing, amazing, instrument given by God to us. and it survives. And there are occasions there won't be any symptom. Please understand, there is no symptom. And then you're into big trouble. So it's important to check the biomarkers, certain blood tests. That's what I've said to you. 6 blood tests are absolutely essential. We will see. Now, when we see, friends, on exercise and avoidance of junk food, very common. Everybody says you must exercise every day, and nobody suggests you eat junk food. So there is a common understanding on this, but only on this 7th thing there is a lot of debate, a lot of contradictions. Am I audible and is it clear? My speed is okay, sir?
Absolutely okay, sir.
Perfect. So next is mind management and stress management. Mind management. What is mind management? We need to know how to handle the world. If you don't know how to handle the world, you end up stressed. You would end up with stress. What stress causes? Stress causes hell a lot of problems. Hell a lot of problems. So how do we manage the stress? So there is a common, common understanding, agreement on this subject. Everybody says you have to manage mind, you have to manage stress, sleep, 7 hours night sleep. Everybody suggests. So these 3 there's a common. These 7 are very, very, very divergent views are there. So we will examine how to go about it for you. Now, elimination. This is one area which is mostly neglected. What is elimination? Removal of the waste from the body. What are the waste from the body, friends? One is the stools. Second is the urine. Third is the sweat. The fourth is the breath. These are the 4, waste material in the body, how to eliminate them. So people are taken for granted that elimination is already happening. No, friends, this requires a mainstream subject. We will focus on this. How many times people eat at least 4 to 5 times a day and they end up going, few people are going at least 1 time to the stools. Is it okay? You are having 4 inputs and 1 output. So you have always a residual in your body. And please understand, from 90% people are insulin resistant. So I will share with you what is insulin resistance, because this will, if you're anybody is insulin resistant and he's in a wrong direction. If you're in a wrong direction, if not today, you are going to reach wrong destination tomorrow. What is wrong destination? Ill health. Now, majority are D and B12 vitamin deficiency. Understand, friends, a country like India where we have a great sunshine, people are D vitamin deficient. And B12 vitamin deficiency is because people are having junk food. They don't have a good gut microbiome. With the result, their B12 vitamins are low. What happens when D12, D3 and B12 are less? You will feel tiredness. You will not know what hits you. And understand, how do we assess our current health score? Friends, remember one thing, we need to know what is your health score. I asked somebody, what is your health score? He has no clue how to calculate. Just now I've shown you one slide where a person with a 20% health score, he jumped to almost 80% health score in a span of 5-6 months. So 10 parameters are absolutely clear. It is something like, friend, when a child, when a student has got a progress report, we see comprehensively, how much marks he scored in quarterly, how much marks he scored in half yearly. So we can always compare. So we need to see from where to where you come. Suppose somebody says I'm 80 kg weight. So should I appreciate him or should I pull his ears? Suppose he was 90 years, he came to 80 kg. I tell him, great, you did a great job. 10 kg weight loss. Somebody was 70 kg, became 80 now. So I say, what happened? How you gained the weight? So it's always in comparison. Friends, look at this one. The illiterate of 21st century are not those who cannot read or write, but those who can't learn, unlearn, and relearn. See, it's very important. As I said to you, whatever you're following, you're thinking that is good, but it has not brought you to good health. Good health is nothing but living a life without medicine, you're healthy and energetic. These are the things, comfort levels and all. These are the important, not falling sick, recovering very fast. So how many of us are like that? Look at in the COVID, we have a disaster. So many people got sick and, it has become because of the so many health issues. We will examine that. Friends, right way of inquiry. Just don't believe what I'm saying to you, including me. If it is written in the books or it is written in the religious books or some doctors are telling you, some experts are telling you, or our scriptures are saying, don't go by all that. You must experiment with yourself. As I said to you, each human body is different. So learn how to evaluate the things. Just because somebody says you take, keto diet, you are feeling better. Somebody says plant-based diet. Just follow, you experiment on yourself, see how you're improving, accordingly go. So let's look at, friend, who is your life partner? So we all of us think who is your life partner, means immediately we say maybe my parents, my spouse and all that. Is it your life partner? Is your life partner as a asset or liability? Let's examine that. Friends, your body, your physical body is your life partner. You have come with the body and probably you leave your body and go. Only your body is with you throughout your existence here. So what to do? You need to take your care of your body, friend. You and your body stay together. So the more you take care of the body, it supports you. Right, friend? So you need to make it as an asset, or you are making it as a liability. Is you. What is liability? You are not able to manage uh, comfortably. So make it as an asset. Your body should be an asset. So we will examine this today. The current health score, friend, your current health score depends on what? Your environment, which environment you are living, and your current daily habits, what sort of diet you have, what sort of genes you have. The best thing is, if anybody is managing, is their average blood sugar below 99, A1C 5%, good hormonal balance, good gut microbiome, they are the keys for the health. Look at what is happening external. See, which are not in our control. What are the external sources of toxins we have? See, cigarette smoking, food chemicals, how the food is grown, a lot of pesticides and fertilizers, and then the water, what type of water we are getting, air pollution. All these are external, which are not in our control. What is in our control, we'll examine. Alcohol should not be taken. Then gut dysbiosis, that means bad bacteria, free radicals in the body, sugar. If you are taking a lot of sugar, is going to cause toxins in the body. The stress will cause. So all these things are going to. So we are living in a situation, we are bombarded with toxins. So how do we eliminate those toxins, and how do we say that we take care of our health? Friends, as I told you, there are, how do we measure your health score? See, there are physical parameters. As I said to you, your weight, waist size, lung capacity. You hold your breath for 90 seconds. If you are able to hold your breath for 90 seconds, that means your lungs are good. Your blood pressure should be below 120 by 80. Flexibility check. If you are able to touch your toes without bending the knee, that means your flexibility is good. Then your full range of movement, energy and comfort levels. How do you do that? You're energetic and no pains. And then you have health and immunity. So not falling sick frequently. That's what is important. Now, daily medicine. This is my story, friends. January 2014. Look at, I was taking 11 medicines, and then what are the 6 blood tests? These are the 3 blood tests which are absolutely essential. I will urge all these 49 people who are listening to the talk, get these 3 blood tests: fasting insulin, fasting blood glucose, HbA1c. See that where you stand based on this green zone. See, this is how it is, friends. Whether other parameters are lipid profile, triglycerides, HDL ratio, D vitamin, and B12. Unfortunately, if you spend even 4,000, 5,000 and take a huge comprehensive health package, also sometimes a couple of tests are not there. So you will not be able to assess your health. So make sure that whenever you are taking any blood test, anybody, make sure that the 6 tests are there. The 6 tests will tell you 80% of your health, friends. At one time, I said to you, look at my health was very poor. And the last, from 2000, April 2014 to now, my health score is almost 80%. Though I was diabetic for many years, for 12 years, before that, diabetic 12 years does not mean 12 years. Before 10 years, I was having, which I did not know. That means I am 22-year-old diabetic patient. Last 9 years, no medicine. By HbA1c is varying from 6.2 to 7.4. I'll bring it below 7 without any medication, friends. Friends, let's look at it. Anybody is overweight. What is overweight? Just check as per your height, what should be your weight, and belly fat. If these 2 things anybody has, consider you are having insulin resistance. Why people look at in the US research, they say 88% of adults are not completely physically well, they say. And 60% adults are having one chronic disease, like BP or sugar or whatever. 40% of the population, adult population in America, they say they have 2 of those lifestyle diseases, like probably diabetes, thyroid, or probably blood pressure and all that. Sad situation. Why? We'll see that. And one more thing, friend, look, 1/3 of the US population is pre-diabetes. Can you believe it? Pre-diabetes means they're still not diabetes, but they are to pre-diabetes. And incidentally, 9 out of 10 are not aware they are having pre-diabetes. Very strange, friend. A country like US, such an advanced country with a lot of medical knowledge and people are well off. And how come 10 of them, 9 out of them, 10 are not aware? Because either they're not taking blood test or the ranges, or they're not focusing on their health. And friends, I would like to share. Yeah. See, look at number of, in fact, in Chennai, whomsoever comes to my house, I get these 3 blood tests. And I see out of 62 people case studies I have, 59 are having insulin resistance. What happens when anybody is insulin resistant? They are going to be fatty liver, pre-diabetes, diabetes, obesity, heart problem, dementia, all will happen because of insulin resistance. Look, as I said to you, 90% people are in the wrong direction. Now look at out of 62 people, 47 are overweight. 76% of the population is overweight. And pre-diabetics is 34%. Look at, it's matching with American diet. Why? Because we are all doing certain things wrong. We will explain this in the next slide. And number of diabetic cases, 32%, friends. And then pre-diabetic put together, 66% people are having either pre-diabetes or diabetes. And look at overweight cases. That's why during the COVID, these comorbid conditions, people have suffered. People have taken their tickets to their maker. Vitamin deficiency is also many cases. D vitamin, B12 are very low. So these are the key parameters one must pay attention. Now let's see why it is happening. Root cause of lifestyle disorders, friend. Toxins in the body. That means what is not required you are taking, or what is not required is remaining in your body. You are unable to eliminate them from your body. Deficiency, that means your nutritional deficiency in the body, that will lead to the problem. Sedentary lifestyle, all of you know, if you don't make any physical exercise. Poor mind management. If you are not able to manage well your mind, you are stressed. The stress will cause you lack of sleep. You see, other than, understand friends, other than water, anything else one puts in the mouth is food. I want all of you to pay attention to this. If you understand this, a lot of people tell me I'm eating only 2 times, but in between they take 3-4 times coffee, 1 or 2 times snacks and all that. So other than what anything else you put in your mouth is food, which requires digestion. When it is digested, you have body, the sugars, and to control the sugars, there is insulin level. Over a period of years, you are going to develop insulin resistance. From today, if you are saying you are eating 3 times food, 2 times coffee, that means you are eating 5 times. Remember this point. Let's look at, there are 9 eating disorders, friends. What is the 9 eating disorders? Where we are eating multiple times eating. What are we eating multiple times? Look at the eating as per timings, irrespective of hunger. We are all having breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, coffee, tea. That itself is making 5-6 times. If somebody is taking 1 or 2 times coffee in a day, their eating episodes are 5-6, which is not at all good. That is the one thing causing all the problems. Forget about anything else. Stop eating multiple times. Realize other than water is food. If you take even coconut water, you're going here and there, you're putting something in your mouth and munching, that is a one-time eating. Now, sense-tempted eating. Sense-tempted eating means you see something with some hot jalebi is made on the way. Just you stop over and have a jalebi. Environmental eating means what? You go to your friend's house, but out of love, they want you to eat. In your home also, your spouse or mommy says, no, you must take it. I made it for you. So you say, no, I finished my food, but still they'll compel you. This is called environmental eating. Boredom eating, you got bored, you just pick up something and eat. Casual eating, it's just you're watching some TV or you're going to movie. And emotional and hormonal eating, especially ladies who have their periods time, during that time they feel like hungry. Emotional, when you get sad, when you're depressed, you simply feel like munching. Nutritional hunger. What happens, friends, when you take this crappy food like sweets, bakery items, within no time you'll feel hungry again, because what happens, we'll examine in the next slides. So Athithi Devo Bhava, this is something I must explain to you. See, our culture has given this. Anybody comes to our home, we respect them, we give them food, we take care of them. Now, this was very relevant in many years ago, many centuries ago. What happened to one person come from one village to another village? Probably he'll be traveling whole day in a bullock cart or by walk, and nothing is available in the home. When he comes, he'll be thirsty and hungry. So this Atithi Devo Bhava culture has started there. Now what happens? I live in third floor. I finish my breakfast. I see my friend in second floor. He'll be eating. He said, no, come. We made some special stuff for you. I say, no, he will not leave me until I eat. So this is what is something going wrong. Another thing is prasadam. When you go to temple or somebody offers, hey, it's my birthday or this is Swami's prasadam. So many of us immediately will pop in the mouth. So please understand, every time you mouth, you should open other than talking only twice for eating. Nothing in between, nothing else. This particular tip alone can take you through, friends. You don't require to learn anything else. Just eat twice in a day, nothing in between. Even God comes and offers you some prasadam. Tell him thank you, keep it with you, eat along with your food. If this particular, habit, if you form, I can guarantee you, you'll become healthy. Now, what is physical hunger? See, many times now with the social, so much of economic improvement, people are not never feeling hungry, friends. We are only anticipating, we may be hungry, so we are eating. What is hunger? How many of us know real hunger? We don't know. We are simply eating breakfast. Before that we have some coffee, tea, some snacks, some lunch. And when we go home, we say, no, I'm not feeling hungry. The wife will not leave you. No, you must finish. Otherwise, you'll become weak. Or I have to wash the dishes. Just for washing the dishes, do you put the stuff in your stomach? Not at all. You should not do that. So please experience the real hunger. When you feel hunger, you feel low energy, your blood sugar will drop, hard to concentrate. Must eat. That's the time you must eat. But how many times we have got such a situation? Hardly never. So eat only twice in a day when hungry and maintain the same timings. Chew food properly, mindfully. Nothing in between two meals except water. This is the takeaway point. Now, 5 whites. What are the 5 whites we must avoid, friend? The milk, this is white color, sugar, salt, maida, and white rice. These 5 are absolutely in the kitchen. They're making you sick. So try and avoid that. High carb processed foods, factory made packaged foods. Why people are making factory friends food? They want a long shelf life. They're least bothered about your health. You make a food today and the next day, if you keep on the table, it gets spoiled. But a food made 3 months ago, 6 months ago, why it remains fresh? Because they add a lot of, preservatives, colors for making tasty. Nowadays, so many intelligent, scientists are working with these food companies how to make the food addictive. Suppose you pick up a chip from a packet, until it is finished, you can't sleep. I mean, you cannot, rest. So that's how the foods are made addictive. So watch out, friends, watch out. Stimulants, like as I said to you, coffee, tea many times in a day is counted as eating. And alcohol, tobacco, I don't have to explain this. Understand, these are the things which are not required to your body. This is what I'm saying, toxins. What is not required to the body, don't give it to them. A simple example I want to give, if you want to make a coffee, what do you require? You require milk, you require good coffee powder, and then the water and sugar. Suppose you require something, the mirchi powder is not required for coffee, you put it there, what happens? That is what is toxins. What is deficiency? You want a strong coffee, instead of putting 2 spoons of coffee powder, you put half a spoon. That is deficiency. So keep this in mind, friends. Lack of nutritious food. So what's happening? We are eating all the time, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, everything, cooked food. Understand, cooked food is devoid of nutrition. So you need to have uncooked food, which we'll explain to you in the next slides. What is uncooked food? Fruits and salads, sprouts, and then seasonal fruits, and then fresh coconut, dates, and all this is nutritious food. How many of us are taking nutritious food? Hardly anybody. Lack of hydration, wrong way of hydration. Just now I told you, friends, how much water to drink and wrong way of hydration. This we will explain to you. How much water to drink, why we should drink. We will look at that in the next slides. Poor gut health, constipation, bloating, gas, etc. What is poor gut health? As I said to you in the US, I'm surprised. The mainstream advice is if a person is able to go to the stools 3 times in a week, let me repeat, 3 times in a week, they consider it is normal, need not worry, but they're not mindful of eating 5 to 6 times a day. Suppose somebody is eating 5 times in a week, how many times? 35 times is eating. See, from the mouth to the anus is only single pipe, friend. And you are putting almost about say 5 into 7, 35 times, 30 times of input, and you are eliminating the waste only 3 times. What happens? See, there was a study when in an accident, an American who died, a fat chap, when they done the autopsy, when they opened up his large intestine, you'll be surprised. They weighed excretion of about 6 kilograms. So much of waste he was holding in his body. That is not a precious material to be kept in the body, friend. It must be eliminated at the earliest. Lack of daily brisk walk and then not checking the parameters. Yeah. See, friends, what gets us in trouble mostly is not what we don't know. See, many times we think, oh, I didn't know this knowledge. Friends, what is getting into trouble is only because you think what is good you're following, and end of the day, it has not helped you. It has not kept you healthy. It has kept you on medication. You're on overweight. You're not feeling well. That means, please, time to unlearn whatever you're doing. Somebody tells me, no, sir, I'm doing yoga. Oh, I don't eat before, after sunset. I eat only fruits. All this doesn't help you if it is not put you out of your medication and kept you in a good health. Friends, look at it, this one. See, this is like, iceberg. Titanic also got hit by this iceberg. See, what is visible outside is very limited. Look at what is visible outside: type 2 diabetes, hypothyroid, dementia, obesity, heart disease, PCOD, and all that. But what is the reason? Reason is high carb diets, processed food, frequent eating. See, this is what is causing. Forget about all the sorts of foods and all. Frequent eating, processed foods, and as I keep telling you, understand other than water is food. So many times eating is what is going to cause. In a day, you have glucose spikes number of times. Suppose you're eating 6 times, there are 6 times glucose spikes, 6 times insulin spikes. Over a period of time, in a span of 5 years, you become insulin resistant. What is insulin resistance? Fasting sugar multiplied by fasting insulin divided by 405. This value should be below 1.5, means insulin sensitive. If you are insulin sensitive, you will be healthy. Above 1.5, you are insulin resistant. That will lead you to obesity and then, belly fat, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, heart disease, PCOD, all these problems are happening. Unfortunately, we are not monitoring this parameter. Many people tell me, no, I'm not diabetic, sir, my blood sugar is 90. Friends, blood sugar will remain normal for many, many, many years. It's like iceberg. You are waiting to know. We will examine this in the next slide. There are 7 stages of lifestyle disorders, friends. Let's look at progression. Pay attention. This is little technical, but I want to make it simpler for you. How are we developing? Friends, we'll see one by one. See, symptoms of diabetes. Somebody is getting thirsty, or wounds are not healing, fatigue, and unexplained weight loss, frequent urination, blurred vision. So they say these are the symptoms for diabetes. So if you are waiting until this time, you know what? That means already the water is up to your neck deep. That means you have missed so many signals, so many, steps ahead. Let's see what happens. Now you become little intelligent and you got the blood test done. Or they say, oh, if you have got 6.5% above HbA1c, you are diabetes. Or your fasting sugar is above 126, you are diabetes. That means what? If by learning this, you are at the same situation, neck deep water, at least you are aware now. Now let's see what happens, friends. This is like already you are diabetic. That means you are already in trouble, in big trouble. You are already at the neck deep water. You have to do a very great effort to get out of this problem. Now let's see what is stage 5. This is pre-diabetes, friends. Just now I told you, 33% population are pre-diabetic. They are not aware. Why? Because they are not getting this test done. Simple test is HbA1c. If you do HbA1c test is above 6.5%, you are pre-diabetic. If you know you are pre-diabetic, means you are at neck deep water. No, sorry, this is in insulin resistant diabetes. I'm sorry. This means you are already at 6.5% above HbA1c is diabetes. Now let's look at the stage 4. Stage 4 is your fasting glucose is good, but HbA1c is 5.7 to 6.4%. That means you are at chest deep water. Now let's look at what happened. Only at pre-diabetes, your sugar levels are high, friends. Otherwise, your sugar levels are normal. See, your sugar level are normal, but a person is already overweight. He's carrying 30 kg overweight. or somebody has already got a heart problem, he has got a stent. But they say very happily that I'm not sugar. Friend, it is not like the sugar. It is already insulin resistance. Look at, this is severe insulin resistance. Fasting sugar is 99. And then stage 3. Stage 3 is what? Insulin resistance is above 5. That means fasting insulin is above 21. Yeah. Now, next stage is what? The next stage is moderate. See, what happens during this time, friends? 90% population are insulin resistance of varied degrees. The participants, 52 participants who are listening, please check these parameters, see where you stand on your insulin resistance. So what else, what can happen? What are the symptoms? Like you feel hungry frequently, and you have fatty liver, there will be belly fat, there's a overweight, people are having blood pressure. Please understand, there's no diabetes, there's no sugar is normal, but all these problems are already there. People are only waiting to get the water up to their nose, then only they want to realize. Now, in the first stage is insulin resistance is only 1.5. So these are the 3 stages. Only after that we are getting into pre-diabetes. After pre-diabetes, we are getting into diabetes. Symptoms means you are in greater trouble, friends. Recently, one of my relative, I was telling him he was overweight. I was telling him to check. He was saying, I have no symptoms. Why should I check? He was a very hardworking guy, a workshop manager. But when I insisted, when he got the test done, his HbA1c is 11%. 11% is fully diabetic, full grown diabetic at 49. So these tests are very important, friends. What is the best way? You need to have your insulin sensitive below 1.5. Your fasting glucose should be below 99. Fasting insulin should be below 3. But unfortunately, the even lab range also they show 3 to 25, friends. 25 is too large. Somebody is at 23. When you see the lab report, they say, I'm all right, which is not. Please understand, friends. Now, as I said to you, severe diabetes means what? You are already, your water is touching your nose. You have all the symptoms. You are going to be in a bigger trouble. When you are fully diabetic means what? Your pancreas must have already lost its capacity beyond 50%, friends. So watch out. Now, let's see. There are 3 blood tests we have already seen, friends. This is a guy of 21 years. His weight was 81 kg. Look at his fasting sugar is fantastic, 92. His HbA1c is 5.5%. But look at his insulin is 24.49. As per the report, he is normal, but it is not. Look at his insulin resistance is 5.56. So he's overweight. He was trying all his best to reduce weight. He was not. He was one of my relatives. And there's another person. She's also my relative. Look at her. She's also 21 years. She's already pre-diabetes. This guy is not pre-diabetes. This girl is pre-diabetic at age 21. And look at his her insulin 27.2. Her insulin resistance is how much? Very high. And look at this guy. He's about 49 years. He's 49 years old. He's 105 kg, friends. And look at his fasting insulin 53.91. And he's already pre-diabetic. He's not diabetic. And his fasting sugar is 101. If only they take fasting sugar, they say great. And look at his PP sugar is 81. See, this he has done after taking 75 grams of glucose. The sugar levels are lower than the fasting sugar. Why? It is because of high insulin. High insulin will make the sugar levels low. And he'll feel frequently hungry. He can never ever reduce his weight unless he follows eating twice in a day and remaining 16 hours fasting. And all these things are very important. Now let's look at it, friends. There are 7 essentials for good health. What are they? Air, water, food, excretion, exercise, rest, and mind management. If you don't take air for 4 minutes, we don't survive. Water, you can survive for a few days, 3-4 days without water. Food, yes, you can survive for a few months. Exercise, excretion, yes, removal of the waste. Friends, understand, if a person has a kidney stone problem, if he has not peed for 2 days, it's a medical emergency. You can't retain the waste in the body. Similarly, exercise don't make you fall sick very fast. Rest and mind management, they contribute in a long run. So what is more important, friend? Look at this, these 4 things. Air, water, food, excretion, they are the chemical part of the, your system. Structural is exercise, emotional is rest and mind management. See, a lot of people tell me, no, sir, I'm doing great food I'm taking. So that won't help. It's like health is like a three-legged stool. If you don't want one leg is not there, the stool will not remain stable. So it's necessary that you need to take care of all these three, friends. Now create right conditions of to make your make things happen. Body is intelligent and has self-repair and rejuvenation capacities. Diseases are adaptations, friends. See, disease is just an adaptation. Suppose you are walking regularly without chappal for about few months, you see your soul becomes very hard. Similarly, if a person has met with an accident, they put a POP. 3 months later, if you remove his POP, that particular hand will be weak because body believes only one thing: use it or lose it. If you don't use it, you will not get it. So you have to create right conditions for health. Friends, I just want to give a simple example to understand the importance of it. If you want to make a rice in a pressure cooker, what do you need to do? So this is a process I've just, there are 16 points are there. You just take a glass of rice, nicely clean it up, add 2 glasses of water, soak it for a couple of hours, put water in the main vessel, put this vessel with a lid, make sure that the gasket is all right, the lid is all right, put the whistle, start the stove and wait for 20-25 minutes, wait for 3-4 whistles. Once you get 20 minutes later of the 4-5 whistles, you stop the stove, wait for 20 minutes until the pressure is gone. Just lift the whistle and see whether the rice is, then open the lid, you see the rice is well cooked. So there are 16 points here, friends. Why I'm telling you, out of 16, if you have done 15 points correctly, that means your compliance of 92%. 15 points you've done, but you only forgot the gasket. What happens? Oh, you don't cook. Now you become intelligent and you say, no, gasket seems to be very important. Now you put the gasket, but you forgot the whistle. Friends, understand what is important. Everything is important. Similarly, as I said to you, the 7 essentials are very important. You can't ignore one for the other. So let's look at it. How do we go about it? Root causes of life, we have already seen toxicity, deficiency, and all that. Friends, eating without hunger, high carb foods like breakfast, tea, lunch, snacks, coffee, 6 times eating, that is causing insulin resistance. You have to correct this one. Now, other than water is food, we have already talked it. Now, understand, don't drink water 20 minutes before eating food, while eating, and until 2 hours after eating food. Water and food should not be put in the stomach at one time. If you understand this alone, you will improve substantially your health. Now, let's look at what is most important: gut health. Insulin sensitivity, D and B12 vitamin adequacy are the keys to health. This particular lifestyle which I'm suggesting will make sure of all these 4. So automatically, it's not only weight loss, waist size loss and all, friends, you will become healthy. Once you become healthy, all your problems will drop off like a ripened fruit just falls off. Similarly, when you do right things. See, when I started this lifestyle, my object was to get rid of diabetes. When I followed for 4 months, surprisingly, you know what are the side benefits I've got? Medicines will give side effects, but this natural lifestyle will give side benefits. I lost my weight by 9 kg, my belly fat has disappeared, my kidney stone has disappeared, my BP used to be 130 by 90 with medicine. It has come back to 90 by 70. And I don't know where the kidney stones have disappeared. Last 9 years, I've never felt the problem. I got admitted thrice before 2014 for kidney stone. When I went to the doctor, told me, doctor said, you must drink water more. I didn't know how to drink water. End of the day, I only got belly fat. My stones never gone. So important thing is you should not drink water and sit for food. You must wait for 20 minutes. While eating, you must not drink water. You must wait for 2 hours minimum. Suppose you got stuck on your throat, you have 1 or 2 gulps. Don't polish glasses after glasses. Now let's look at it, friend. Ideal weight and waist is absolutely essential. As I told you, anybody is overweight, they're in the wrong direction. If not today, tomorrow you're going to be in trouble. So make sure that your ideal weight. What are the ideal weight? 5 feet person Indian should be around 55 kg, and half of the height in inches should be the waist size. Suppose his 5 feet means his waist size should be around 30. 5 feet 6 inches, 65 kg weight. 6 feet, 75 kg. So any Indian, in my opinion, above 6 feet, about up to 6 feet, should not be beyond 75 kg. And look at it where you stand and take action from today, friends. As I told you, these are the 10 parameters. We have already discussed this, friends. There are weight and waist size. Blood pressure should be below 120 by 80. You should not be on any daily medication. And there are 6 blood tests, which I kept on telling you. These 3 are absolutely essential. They'll only cost you around 1,000 rupees, friends. You can predict your health almost 10 years before. I would request all these participants to take this test and share with me. I can guide you on this. And this additional test, lipid profile, D vitamin and B12 are absolutely essential. And this home IR, as I told you, you need to calculate on that. So let's look at what are the 7 daily steps. Hydration. We were talking about it. How much water one should drink? I am proposing 3 to 4 liters water is a must. What type of water you must take? TDS should be 200 to 300. What is TDS? Total dissolved substances. The RO water has below 50. So please buy a TDS meter. See that you TDS you get 200 to 300. If you don't get, if you get RO water about 50, 60, you can add a little bit of, Himalayan salt, rock salt, so that improve your TDS to 200, 300. Why you should drink 3 to 4 liters water, friends? See, when you do work or don't do any work, you lose at least 1.5 to 2 liters water from your body by way of urine, by way of stools, by way of sweat, by way of breath. So obviously minimum 2 liters is required to compensate the losses. But for better hydration, you require to at least do another 2 liters, so 3 to 4 liters. Now it depends on what type of food you are taking, what sort of environment you are, what sort of weight you are, any physical work. It all depends. In summer, maybe you can go to beyond 4.5 also. So watch out how you can do that. Elimination, removal of the waste from the body. You must be able to go for bowel movement twice in a day, preferably in the morning. Friends, how it happens? If you see a cow, how much time it takes to excrete? Few seconds, maybe 20 seconds, you see it excretes large quantity of waste. But as a human being sits in the toilet, maybe hours, maybe a lot of, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, reading the whole newspaper, but still is not able to finish his bowel movement. So we'll understand how to go about it. Exercise. So I don't have to explain on this. You have to improve your stamina, you have to improve flexibility, you have to improve your strength. How do you improve your stamina? Maybe running, jogging, flexibility by yoga and all that, strength by weights and all that. What is neat? This is called, uh, exercise where we are doing the, exercise. What is it called? I'm just forgetting it. See, what 1 hour exercise anyway you're doing there. Other than exercise, how much time you are active? Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, it's called non-exercise. See, we are doing 1 hour exercise. Afterwards, most of the time we are sitting. No, friends, wherever it is possible, stand, walk, push, pull, climb the steps. All these things are required during the day, and make sure that you have a 20 minutes of sun bath. Stress management, I don't have to stress more. You need to do yoga, pranayama, meditation, and then 7 hours night sleep is non-negotiable. Between 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. It's absolutely essential and important. Avoidance, we have already talked about. High carb, refined food, stimulants, you must stop. And now on the food, friends, look at it, what I'm saying. Choose your food wisely based on nutrition and calories. You know what is good food and what is bad food. See, ice cream has got more calories but no nutrition. So you Google, you do that. No restrictions. In our approach in Wellness Secrets Lifestyle Modification, there is no restriction of type of food. What type of food you want to take? Veg, non-veg, or you want to take plant-based food? All is your choice. Quantity, calories, it's again your choice. And then the timings, what time to eat. Somebody says you must eat before sunset. All these 3 choices are to you. But only condition is you must eat only when you're hungry, and eat only twice in a day. Nothing in between 2 meals except water. And if you are able to do 14 to 16 hours of overnight fasting, how does it help? So you are going to improve your insulin sensitivity and gut health. And once in 15 days, you do the fasting, but water fasting. And whenever you are unwell, when you are sick, what happens when you're sick? The body tells you don't eat, take rest. Whenever you are sick, what happens, friends? You don't have appetite, you have body pains, you feel like resting. But what we do? No, we have to go to office. So you take some tablets, you try to eat, because tablet you cannot take without food. So we are into a situation like a quicksand. So understand that. Now I'll just explain to you, I'll just stop this there and tell you how do we go about it. This, friends, yeah, friends, you all know, you all
Sir, 10 minutes, you asked me to remind you.
Fine, thank you very much. Now, friends, you all know your spouse or mom makes an amazing, delicious sambar. You like it, you enjoy it. Now you are not staying probably with your mom and you want to make a sambar on your own. What you do? You vaguely remember what all your mom used to do. So you make it on your own. So will you be able to make a good sambar? No. First of all, you don't know. Then you call up your mom and ask her. She tells you the ingredients. She tells you the list of the ingredients. What all the ingredients. Second, she says, what are the quantities? She tells you what is the salt quantity, what is the dal quantity. And third, the process. Now we have seen in my earlier slide, what are the ingredients? We have talked about air, water, food, exercise, mind management, sleep. We have seen the aggregates, and we have also seen the quantity. We said 3 to 4 liters water, 2 times excretion, 2 times eating, 1 hour exercise. So let's understand the process. Now I'm going to explain to the process what to do, friends. Immediately after getting up in the morning, first thing is you take 1 liter water. If you don't have a habit of drinking water, start with half a liter. So focus, try and finish drinking water in 4-5 minutes. So what type of water to drink? As I showed you, TDS is the important. You want to take warm water, but don't take ice cold water. Take 1 liter water. Focus your mind on your stomach with an object of going to the toilet. So once what happens, you have to, there are 2 keys for opening up your bowel movement, friend. One is the load on your stomach. When you take 1 liter water, there is a pressure on your large intestine. Second is your mind. So you have a desire to go to the toilet. See, many times, suppose you're in the office in a conference and you're feeling urgent toilet. What happens? Your mind is able to lock it. So now is the time for you to open it. So you focus your mind. Don't get engaged in any other activity. Don't see the TV or newspaper, talk to your spouse. Drink 1 liter water, walk inside the house for 5-10 minutes and focus to go to the toilet and go and spend time in the toilet. You'll be able to finish your toilet in no time. Once you finish the toilet, only your license to engage in any other activity, friends, going anything. Then after that, you take, you go for a walk for 45 minutes, 1 hour, brisk walk, very important. Or you can do any game, exercise, but brisk walk is all right. Come back home, rest for 5-10 minutes. Again, take rest for 5-10 minutes. Again, drink 1 liter water. People who don't have the habit, practice it. And people who have kidney problem, heart problem, please speak to your doctor. Don't adopt it. Other people can do that. Again, drink 1 liter water. Focus your mind on your stomach. Go to the second toilet. Then I'm telling you, friends, you'll be able to go to the second toilet. You'll be surprised to see, despite going the first time toilet, how come so much of waste is coming from your system? Yes, as I told you, large intestine can store almost 5 to 6 kgs of excretion. It's necessary that you go twice. Once you have done hydration in 2 installments, 1 liter in the morning, immediately after waking up, first bowel movement, after 1.5 hours of physical exercise, you take in 1 more liter water, you have gone second bowel movement. Believe me, friends, that will take you off the ground. I'm telling you, I'm not walking on the ground, I'm on a floating mode. It's because of the lightness in the body. The amazing hydration and amazing elimination will keep you a good health and immunity. Then what you do, friends, you can have your first meal at your convenience. Now you decide. If you are going to office, now you are going to office at 9 o'clock, you're not feeling hungry. Don't eat. Don't eat when you're not hungry. When you're hungry, only you must eat. Suppose you go to office at 11 o'clock and you're feeling hungry and you can't take a break. What to do? Experiment for a few days. What is most convenient time to you? And what is the most, where you're feeling hungry? Suppose you're feeling at 11 o'clock hungry. Take some buttermilk or some water. Postpone your hunger up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock and have your first meal. Practice it for a few days. So you suit your time convenient to you. I'm not telling you what time you have to eat. So you have eaten at 1 o'clock. So while eating, don't drink water. At least 20 minutes before, you don't drink water, right? And then after 2 hours, until 2 hours, don't drink water. If you feel thirsty, a little 1 or 2 sips you can have. After the first meal, 2 hours, until second meal, before 20 minutes, during that time, you must consume 1 to 2 liter water in installments. Suppose you finished your first meal at 1 o'clock. From 3 o'clock, you take a 300 ml water, 1 glass of water. Maybe after half an hour, consciously drink water, 1 to 2 liters, so that you'll finish 4 liters. Always keep the water in a bottle so that you can keep a track. So you finish your second meal, maybe around 7:30, whatever convenient time you have your second meal. Depends your convenience. I've seen people in my group, they have their first meal at 8 o'clock and second meal night 8 o'clock. Somebody is taking 12 o'clock first meal and the second meal they're taking at 6 o'clock. Choice is yours. Criteria only when you're hungry. Have your second meal. Now, this is the elementary thing. This is LKG. Now you want to improve your health more. So let me give you another slide. What sort of food we can take? Yeah. Now what to do, friends? As I told you, every human being is different. So what suits one person may not suit the others. So you have to choose your food. 2 times you can have homemade cooked food, your choice, friends. Absolutely no problem. But they don't use refined oils. Use only, chakki oil, cold pressed oils. You can use ghee. A lot of people say fat is bad. Absolutely no, friends. Refined carbohydrates is the culprit, not the fats. Good fat is coconut oil is good fat, and then you have ghee is a good fat. You have homemade food, whatever you want, eat twice in a day. That itself, in the next 3 months, you will see a substantial improvement. Now you want to go to the next level. What is the best one? Take vegetable juice after 14 to 16 hours of fasting. What is vegetable juice? You can make vegetable. This is what full of nutrients. We just talked about nutritional deficiency. So if you take vegetable juice, what you can use? You can use cucumber. You can use pumpkin, white pumpkin, beetroot, carrot, amla, and then you can use any other item, tomato and all that you can use. You can use apple cider vinegar. You can add some honey, some lemon. There is a cloth available, special cloth. It's like a mosquito net like cloth. You can put it in the mixie, just squeeze it and add to the taste your little bit of chanda namak. Make this juice. Friend, this is like amrut. When you take this juice, it will take care of a lot of micronutrients, right? And then what you can do, one time you can take cooked food, second time you can take natural food. You can decide. Natural food, you can take first time or second time. I don't say people breakfast, lunch, dinner. We only call first meal and second meal. You decide whatever is convenient you can take. Generally, I take first is the cooked meal so that I can have a cooked meal. Evening, second time I make sprouts and soaked groundnuts, soaked badam, seasonal fruits, whatever is available, dates, fresh coconut, and then seeds like pumpkin seeds. All these things you can have, friends. So this will give you a great, nutrition. So whomsoever is spending, a lady who's spending more time in the kitchen, she's creating diseases to the body. So in my house, my wife did not enter the kitchen after the first meal. So I make the second meal. This is what is required. Now, friends, suppose somebody is diabetic. Diabetic should not take. What they can have? Diabetic patients must take 2 times, no carb meals. In fact, last time we had a talk, Colonel Gautam Gupta sir is doing an amazing job. People who are high diabetic patients also getting rid of it by taking no carb foods. Look at what sort of no carb foods. There is no rice or no chapati, friends. You can have organic eggs. You can have paneer. You can have salads. You can have chutney made of coconut oil. You have lots of ghee, curds, and all that. Nuts. All these things you can have. Friends, in a nutshell, look at it. The direction is more important than the speed. Many are going in the wrong direction and they're too fast. We just talked about it in summarizing it. 3 to 4 liters water consumption is a must. 2 bowel movements is a must. 45 minutes brisk walk is a must. 7 hours sleep is important. Manage my mind management, avoiding stimulants, coffee, tea, and all is important. Eating twice in a day is important. 14 to 16 hours of overnight fasting will help. Weekly or 15 days, 1 day fasting would help. D vitamin, B12, you please check and make sure if it is low, improve on it. This is what is very important, friends. See, what is health span and lifespan? Many people think, oh, but why should I eat all this, like a goat, all these sort of, fruits and all that? People say, let's enjoy. Friends, all of us come with an expiry date. Lifespan is decided. We have nobody can extend the lifespan even for a minute. What is can be extended is the health span. Lifespan means look at the A and B. Both have lived for 80 years. Person A was almost last 20 years. He was in and out of hospital, medication, and he has lived a life of misery. And the other person B, only last few days or weeks he was in unhealthy, and he died peacefully. So what is more, sick span means what? Number of years sick on medication. So by following these wellness secrets, I'm sure you will have improved health span, friends. Friends, my name is Gangeshwara Rao. I'm not a doctor, and please consult your doctor before attempting to make any changes. And look at my parameters at January 2014. Out of that time, I did not know about this fasting insulin, lipid profile, D vitamin and B12. I did not know. Out of my these parameters, I was poor on all these things. Look in April 14, in 4 months, I was out of my medication. Look at the transformation. I've lost my belly fat and I'm healthy as I was in 2014. So in 2023, look at my parameters. So what is more important, friends? What is health? I'm just sharing one video also. You should not fall sick frequently. If you fall sick, you're recovering very fast. And if you're getting drenched in the rain, you're not falling sick. That's what is important. I just wanted to show you because everybody enjoys the rain, but we are all worried about the rain. I would like to just show you a small video. Just a second. I'm just closing it. Wait a second. What happened? Just give me. That thing.
You click in this arrow here. Yeah, in the center, there is an arrow triangle right side.
I'm seeing where is it?
Yeah, center at the absolute center below.
Oh, okay. This one.
Below that. Just pull your cursor down a little bit. Where the belly button of the boy is. Below that.
Me.
Below that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No.
This is my grandson. He's about 1.5 years, and we put him in the rain, and he doesn't fall sick. And for your information, my grandson, who is just about 1.5, 3 years now, he takes 750 ml water in the morning, and immediately after that, he rushes to the toilet. In a minute, he finishes his toilet, and he goes at least 2 to 3 times toilet every day, and he takes at least about 1.5 liters water. And look at that amazing comfort levels and energy levels of the boy. And I wish all of you to not attempt now, because until you improve your health. Thank you very much for listening. Ashish sir, stage for you. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Rao sir, both the boys have very good energy levels, I would like to say. And thank you very much for such an awesome session. Friends, we have been getting your comments on the chat, and many people have been sharing their feedback with me in a DM. I would just request you to fill out this feedback form, which will take you less than 30 seconds to fill out. And once you have filled out the feedback form, please type FD in the chat box, and then we will open up the session for the Q&A. And while you are filling out the feedback form, let me share about the event we have next Saturday, where we are going to have Dr. Gagan Kapoor, who is also a very dear friend. He's a physiotherapist, and he's going to come and talk about spine health. A lot of people have issues with neck pain, back pain, knee pain, and he's going to talk about that. He's extremely qualified, very renowned physiotherapist. And the session next Saturday is at 11:30 a.m. So please mark that time. We will send the invite in the groups. So please mark that out. As you are filling out the feedback forms, please keep typing FD. Thank you, friends, for filling it out. And we will now open up the session for Q&A. Please use the reactions button to raise your hand so that we can take your questions sequentially. And while we are having people raise their hands, Rao sir, we got some questions on in the chat earlier. If someone has got vitamin D deficiency other than sunlight, what is it that they can do?
See, I have seen the level of D vitamins are very, very low for many people, sir. The best thing is to take the supplements. Supplements are available. They can talk to the doctor. It's a very supplement. Weekly one, sachet they can take for about 6 weeks. Then afterwards, every fortnight. Then monthly one, I think every individual must take monthly one sachet. That will improve. Very important, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So there's another question. Is coffee without sugar bad?
See, basically, coffee is a stimulant, and they see what happens. As I said to you, each person is, different. So whether that coffee is, increasing his insulin level, you can check. By and large, it is better to avoid, sir. Better to avoid. Better to avoid.
I'll request everybody to unmute themselves, and only unmute when you have a question to ask. So Manojji, please go on.
Okay, sir, I think great session, lot of inputs, and am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Please, please.
Okay. So great inputs, sir. I think lot of myths are taken out today, and a lot of things that had been wholesomely summarized. And I'm also a meditator for Isha Foundation, so Shambho. So, yeah. So one thing that, like the drinking of water of 4 liters and 2 liters in the morning. So yes, I tried earlier, but lot of urination, like what happens in the morning hour, I feel lot of going for the urination. So how do you address it?
No. Repeat. What you say? What was the problem?
So once you take that 1.5 or 2 liters of water in the morning, in the first
No,
1 or 1.5 hours.
Please. 1 second. It's not at one go. Not at one go, 2 liters.
Right,
1 liter at a time. That people have to practice it. The people don't have a habit, first of all, drinking water. 1 liter is a marathon for them. Let them start 1 glass, 2 glasses. Maybe over a period of 1 week, 10 days, they can do. I have seen people who have improved their dill water to 1 liter water in a span of 1 week, and they say that it has improved them. So this is required to be little, you have to experiment on yourself. Sorry, please go ahead. What is the point?
Okay, so only thing was that I understood that in like it should be 1 liter, then 1 liter. But earlier when I used to practice that drinking lot of water, the urination frequency used to increase like anything. So every half an hour in office, you may have to go for urination. So how do you see that? That's a normal thing, or that's some symptom, or how it is basically?
See, actually, sir, I can just give my own experience. I never used to drink water. At the bargain, I got into kidney stone problem, and I used to drink only 1 liter or maybe below that. So when I initially this Dr. Manthana Satyanarayana Raju, he advocates at least 5 liters. Okay. So when I say 5 liters, people will go into coma. So I just started 3 to 4. But people who have kidney stone, the best thing is to drink 5-6 liters. As I said to you, the process is very important. How to drink, when to drink, because it requires a little bit of expertise guidance. Right now, urinal coming again, it depends on your age, what sort of health levels you have. And you don't jump into 4 liters. First, one method is you can just check for initially how much you are drinking. So see how much water you are drinking, at what time you are taking drink. Just make a note. See your urine outputs. Look at it. Maybe many times, when the age grows, you have a prostate problem, and this can cause the problem initially. In fact, initially when 2014, I had the same issue, but now I have improved. Now when I drink 1 liter water, maybe I will go the urine only after about say 1 hour or so. It was not frequent. But yes, 4 liters water will make you to more, to the bathroom. But it is absolutely okay, sir. As long as you have the facility, you should do that.
Okay,
because
thank you.
Please understand, you have almost 60,000 miles length of blood vessels. The blood has to flow. All the nutrients, oxygen has to be taken to nook and corner of cells. So water is the only thing. The biggest problem is all the diet plans, they work to some extent, but they all forget this hydration. They generally passing about 8 to 10 glasses, they say. But this process, as I said to you, how to drink water, when to drink, when not to drink, very important. Once somebody understands this, experiment on yourself, sir. If you're going number of times, see how much is urine output, how much water you drank. So you are drinking, say, 3 liters, bring to 2. See your comfort levels. See, end of the day, how energetic you feel the day after you take hydration. In fact, recently, there are a couple of doctors in US, I'm in touch with them, one lady doctor, she was telling me, sir, I found an amazing improvement. She herself is a gynecologist. She said earlier, she's living in a very cold area, but she said she has improved. She said, I'm drinking at least 2.5 liters now. And there's an amazing improvement in her overall health and comfort levels. So this is requires a little bit of expert. I just want to make one more thing. I have this Wellness Secrets group, WhatsApp group. It's free of cost. People can join. This is my mobile number, and there are a lot of videos in my YouTube channel, Wellness Secrets. Whatever I have, taught you all that. I mean, given the lecture, most of the videos are available. Very detailed videos, more than 200 videos are there, looking at the same aspect from different angles, 360 view you have, so that you can improve your knowledge. Most important, knowledge, right knowledge and discipline are important. You must invest time. Lot of people are only spectators. They just see tali baja ke jayenge, but you have to be participant. No spectator can make a difference in a game. So you have to be a participant. I'm glad that you people are participative. Do that.
Namaskaram.
Thank
Thank-
you. Thank you, Manoj, for that question. And Rupali, before I take your question, there is one question, Rao sir, which came in the chat. This lady, I think it's a lady who's asking, I have a lot of leg pain. Is it B12 deficiency or vitamin D in morning? Also stiffness is in fingers. Any
See,
comment?
again, whenever we have to analyze, see, I would like to share in the group, choose your doctor wisely. See, we cannot handle the problems like that. We need to, as I said to you, the 10 parameters. I told you the 10 parameters. Please track your health, track on your, like the madam who asked this question. I would want you to just fill up those 10 parameters and send me. If you have not done the D vitamin test, B12, let's not assume things. Possibly, there are occasions when D vitamin is low, you have the symptoms, B12, the same symptoms are there. You may be diabetic, we don't know. As I told you, my nephew, when he says no symptoms at all, his HbA1 is 11%. Somebody has symptoms, he may have HbA1 of 7%. Let's not go by that. Each individual is different. So good that you have asked me this question. There's a possibility. See, look at human body is an amazing, is a miracle thing. God has given you the capabilities multifold. Suppose your requirement is 100 rupees of survival. God has given 1 crore rupees. We are simply wailing it away, and we are only waking up when we have depleted all the money. Like as I was explaining to you about the diabetes, we are all waking up when the water is our chest deep. Please look at it, these 3 parameters: fasting sugar, fasting insulin, HbA1c, lipid profile, D vitamin, B12. The 6 test will cost you around 2,000 rupees. Please get this 6 test done, map your health score like a progress report, and follow this lifestyle which I have suggested to you, and see that improvement in the next, I can guarantee you within a span of 2 weeks, you see the improvement in your comfort level, energy levels. With a span of 2 months, 3 months, you see your parameters are improving in terms of weight and waist size. And there's one madam in the group, she was saying, I asked her, what's your progress? Sir, all my neighbors are commenting, and I'm able to use my previous clothes. I mean, earlier clothes which were tight. So this all is bound to happen. Friends, what are you doing? You are creating the right conditions to your body. You create right conditions, right things will happen. Say, for example, there is a kachada, there is a garbage dump area. So what happens? People will come and put more garbage. In the garbage area, what sort of things you find? You can find flies, you can find cockroach, you can find rat, you can find dogs, you can find pigs. Similarly, if your body is toxins, if it is deficiency, you are not doing physical exercise, you are stressed, so you're inviting all these problems. What is this dogs and pigs and all? Nothing but diseases like blood pressure, diabetes. All these are like that. So make sure that you create a healthy inner environment. So by taking this hydration, by removing the waste, by elimination, physical exercise, your organs will thank you. They say, great, I'm happy to be in this guy's organ. Otherwise, imagine the stomach. The guy is eating 6, 7 from morning. You wake up, he had to start with a coffee, breakfast, lunch, dinner, in between snacks, coffee, somebody offers something, we pop in the mouth. Look at it. We are just not giving any rest. There are few more like I wanted to talk about rest and how my energy is being depleted. We don't have time. I wish Ashish Saab give another opportunity so that we can go into an advanced approach, so that people who have understood these elementaries can improve. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Rao sir. And Rao sir, we are getting a lot of requests for the presentation copy of your PPT.
Certainly, certainly. A PDF, I will send it to you. If anybody is interested, they can send me their mail ID. I'll send the PPT. See, this knowledge is available free. If you improve your health, I can guarantee you your family members will improve, your own family will improve, your friends will improve. Please share others. Anybody is interested, anybody has health problem, they can call on my mobile number, send a message, join the group. I will send the link also in the group. People can join. Thank you very much for the interest.
Yeah.
And I also appreciate Ashish sir for giving this platform to share in your groups.
Thank you, Rao sir. Friends, I have also shared the link to the Mindful Living community where Rao sir is a member. He mentioned about Colonel Gautam Gua. He's also a member. So you could be a part of this community to interact with Rao sir directly. We will also share his PPT and his numbers for you to get in touch with them. Rupali, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, sir, I have two questions. One question is relating, what are your thoughts on this probiotics and prebiotics, which have been, of late flooding the social media? This is one. And second, what is your thought on the food allergies? Like, some people are allergic or they have allergic symptoms when they have cucumber or yogurt for this matter. They have attack of sinusitis. So these are the two questions. One is on the prebiotics and second on the food allergies.
See, madam, what has happened is that, as I said to you, if your internal cleanliness is not there, we are see, look at, as I was telling you, I was showing you the videos of why we are getting drenched in the rain and we are not getting sick. During this Corona time also, I visited twice to US. So a lot of restrictions, but I was not mindful because I know if I fall sick, I know how to get it off in a fast. So like this food allergies and probiotics and all that, those are the second stages. First of all these things would help you to keep your good gut microbiome. See what happens when you are taking these sorts of refined foods, they will kill your microbiome. And people don't in US, why food allergies, why all this is because there's a gut leakage. There's something called, from the gut, the contents are being absorbed in the body. So what happens, that's how you all start with autoimmune diseases. This food allergies is all autoimmune disease. Your body is attacking your own body. So first, let's improve this hydration, elimination. These things will improve. Yes, probiotic means you don't have to go and take some special foods. Just be mindful, as I said to you. Be mindful what you eat. Eat twice. Eat one time, natural food so that you have a good gut microbiome and good nutrition and all that. And to get rid of it, you need to see, suppose a person who has this problem, D vitamin deficiency. I know a case study, one lady who was having almost 20 years, she eats any food outside, she used to get vomiting and lose motion. She has to rush to the IV for the IV support. Now, after found out her D vitamin was very low, it was only 5, 6. And also, friends, as I told you, the D vitamin, the range, what they show in the lab is 30 to 100. 30 to 100 is a too large a range. If somebody is 31, they think they're all right and they keep quiet. No, it should be above 50. The ideal range is above 50. So I would request, I shared that one feedback where the range is given. See, this range is out of my research and I found these are the ideal parameters to remain. See, so for example, a simple example I want to give is student passed. 2 students tell you they passed. One guy simply passed with 35 marks. Another guy is a rank holder. Both are passed. So what do you want? Do you want to be a rank holder or you want to just a merely pass? So let's look at this parameter. So this person who asked this question, please check your D vitamin, B12, make sure this 10 parameters all right. Nothing will happen. No food allergies will happen. And you will not fall sick. If you fall sick, you recover fast with the minimal of, suffering.
So you mean to say if your hydration is good and if you eat the right kind of food, the food allergies would not occur and you would also not need external prebiotics and probiotics. You mean that?
It's a journey, madam. It's a journey. See, it's not that it's like a switch on and off. Like you put the switch on, light is on, switch off. It doesn't happen like that. It's all gradual. So the damage has happened over the years. Remember, damage, for the body to get damaged, you have to work very hard for years. For making it all right, just a few months is enough. So look at it. I was at the age of 54, I buggered up my health for many years. I used to literally take, 5-6 times coffee, 3-4 times food. Every time I eat food, I used to have sugar in my curd, and I'm very fond of sweets. With the result, look at the way I was taking 11 medicines until that age. When I started this in 4 months, look at the beauty of the body. The God has made the body in such a fantastic way. Just 4 months of your dedication, hard work, and you be on the course, transformed. Last 9 years, I've not fallen sick. I've not gone to the doctor. Maybe 9 years, maybe 1 or 2 times I've fallen sick, but I've not gone to the doctor. I recovered myself by just remaining fasting mode. 2-3 days I recovered. So this is what is the magic of the body. At my 64, I'm energetic, healthy, and I'm on top of the world. That's what I say to the people.
Certainly, sir. Got it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Rupali, for that question. We have lots of questions in the chat, friends. I don't think we'll be able to take all the questions because we are running out of time. We'll take 2 more, one from Naveenji and one from Lvinder, and then we'll bring the session to a close. We will share the PPT. Stay tuned on the emails. We'll share the PPT. We'll share Rao sir's phone number. Rao sir's phone number is also on the screen. So you can make a note of it there, and you could stay connected with him on his email or WhatsApp or by joining our community. Naveenji, over to you next. Naveenji, yeah.
Sir, am I audible?
Now we can hear you.
Sir, my query was that actually I joined a bit late. When you were telling that somebody is insulin resistant and somebody who seems to be perfectly healthy can be insulin resistant. Could you clarify that more? And I don't want to, at the cost of repetition, I would love to have this presentation so that I can go through the content again.
Certainly, sir. Certainly, I think you can listen to this video because it's a large subject. In fact, friends, let me tell you, in last 9 years, I've invested more than 6,000 hours. I'm so keen to, give everything to you people, but because of paucity of time, I could not. You can listen to my videos. I've already shared in the group, Mindful group. There are 2 things. One is the PowerPoint presentation. What I made today is there, 26 slides. If anybody wants, they can send me. People who I've not been able to clarify the doubts, they can send me the message. I can clarify to them. There's no issue. And there is a 2-page write-up, friends, 2-page write-up. It's the culmination of all my understanding. Take a printout of that. Just follow that, comply on that. You can see the wonderful results within few weeks. As far as the insulin resistance, as I said to you, you can listen to this video. Mr. Ashish Saab is going to share this video, which will give more clarity. You can see in my YouTube channel also, there are many videos giving a different perspective on this insulin resistance. This is the mainstream problem. And unfortunately, most of the doctors or medical labs are not focusing on this, so that, when the water is at your ankle deep, if you can save yourself. If the water has come up to your neck, up to your nose, it is a very tough time. Let us all be alert when the water is at the ankle deep. That's what insulin resistance first stage.
I mean, are you saying something?
So I said the write-up is also, that 2-page write-up, is it posted in the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, I've already done it. Please CC in the group.
Right, sir. Thank you so much,
This
sir.
is 17/4 date is there. Take a printout. This covers everything. You are going to be so knowledgeable. As I spent so much of 9 years, you can learn in 1 day. Read that, understand that. If you have any doubts, clarifications, call me up, send me a message, I'll clarify to you. I'm sure that will take you, that is a passport. It's like a Gita. It's a passport to you for that.
Thank you, sir. So
Thank you, Naveen, for your question. Lvenderji, we'll take your question as the last one, and then we'll bring the session to a close.
Thank you, Ashish Kumarji, and thank you, Mr. Rao, for such an informative session. As I am diabetic, and from Jan to till today, from 82 to 69 kgs I have reached with all the information what you're giving right away. And only there is one issue right now. My B12 is okay, but vitamin D is 13.5 only. So how can I improve on that?
Supplements, madam, it's a very simple thing. One is supplements. You can take that supplement weekly, one for 4 weeks or so. And then best thing is you can spend you apply sesame oil on your body, and with
Sesame,
minimal
okay.
clothes, you stay in the sun between 10
Sun.
10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And maybe you can
Oh,
put, because summer, you can put a wet cloth on your head and spend some time in the sun. That would enhance your D vitamin. But it is necessary that you have to have the supplements, and make sure the D vitamin level, though they say 30 to 100 is okay, you must bring it to 50, 60, 70. That is the best.
okay.
And same thing B12 also. B12 also they say 290 to 900 is okay, but bring it to 600, 600 D vitamin. I mean 600 B12 and D vitamin 60. I'll tell you, and remain in insulin sensitive below 1.5. Believe me, you would have an amazing health and you
So
will not fall sick.
what would be the best to have for vitamin B12 for vegetarians? Supplements again?
See, basically, listen. B12 generally, why B12 is generally synthesized in your gut, madam. Basically, because of our wrong habits, it is not well synthesized. The best thing, you can also do one thing. You take this, this rice bran, the freshly, the first layer of the, when they do the polishing, you buy
Yes.
that. That one, what you can do, you can put 2 spoons in the night in the water, and in the morning squeeze it and take with a little of lemon and little of Himalayan salt. That will enhance your B12, and that's actually a lot of B vitamins that are there in that bar. That you can do, and a lot of tablets are there. Speak to the doctor. I'm not a doctor. I don't suggest any medicines. And you can improve. Or if B12 is very low, listen, B12 is very low, you must go for injections. I've seen people with low B12 vitamin, they're depending on the medicine or some sort of foods. It won't work. You must
B12 is
take
okay.
injections
Only
and jump in
vitamin
5
D
600.
is vitamin D is below range. B12 is in the range.
Range, that's what I'm saying. Again, the range. Don't get confused with the range given the lab. I would like to share one book to you people. This is called Blood Code. What are the good ranges, ideal ranges? Because generally it's like pass mark, as I told you, anybody of 35 marks is pass. But do you want to remain only pass, or you want to be a distinction? So this is what I'll also share the Blood Code. To listen to
You can put it in the group so that we can refer it.
Yeah. I will give you the key parameters, which are the ideal parameters you can keep. You don't have to even ask me, friends. Just take the chart, the progress report. See, progress report is what? Does the teacher has to tell you have to get 100 marks? They say 100, you got 40. So your objective is to improve to 60, 80, 90, 100. That should be your progress, growth progress. If you already got 80 or at 60, that means you are doing something wrong. You must stop that immediately and change your course corrective action. Correct?
You're right. Thank you so much for all your support and unconditional love in serving everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate.
Yeah. Thank you, Dwanderji. Thank you, everybody, for taking out time and participating enthusiastically in the session. I'm sorry if we have missed some of your questions. Once again, I invite you to join the Mindful Living community. Stay connected with Mr. Rao there. His numbers are also there on the screen. Connect with him directly. Look out for the email, which we'll be sending out early next week. It will have the PPT. It will have the link to Rao Sir's Wellness community, also to Mindful Living community. So stay tuned, take charge of your health, and look forward to meeting you at 11:30 a.m. on 29th April for a session on Save the Spine by Dr. Gagan Kapoor, a very renowned physiotherapist. Thank you, Rao, sir.
So much to both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rao, sir, for taking out time so early in the morning. It must be you must have gotten up at 5 a.m. or something, or maybe even earlier than that, to take this session for us. Truly appreciate your passion and the work that you're doing and uplifting, improving the health for all the people in a very, very selfless manner. Thank you very much, Rao, sir. We're privileged to have you as a member of Mindful Living.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And it's a pleasure to be associated with you, sir. You're doing amazing work. My compliments to you. Thank you very much. And people who want additional information, they can call on my number and share their health reports. I can guide them. And I'm associated with a lot of excellent doctors. I can suggest where you can go for a best treatment. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful
Thank you so
weekend.
much.
And on your way out, you can unmute yourself and make some noise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Love you
Thank you, sir.
all. Thank
Love
you for
you
the
too.
support.
Bye.
Thank you
sir.
for your unconditional love.
Wow. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yeah,
Super.
love you.
Yes, Rajesh,
Thank you, sir.
are you raising a hand
Thank you
or
very much,
saying
sir.
bye?
This is my first time I attend this program.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, everybody. We'll draw the session to a close now. Thank you.
Okay, right.